What's happening with y'all, man? It's your boy
Back
Alex in the
in.
building and my co-host.
Les, what's going on, y'all?
Yep, and welcome to the Into Deep podcast episode
Welcome, welcome.
0. This is gonna be an episodic series of great content that we're gonna be
Episodic.
dropping
I like that word.
in in the podcast format. You know what I'm saying? So join along for the ride. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. You ain't gotta pay a dime. It's free.
It's
Free
free.
content, man.
Free. The
Free
best kind
content.
of thing. Free.
But YouTube gotta pay me, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. You feel me? So,
Yeah.
how you
Got
been?
bills.
How you been? Let's,
Man, I've been blessed, dog. Honestly. What about you, dog?
you know, long day of work, cause I'm a working man, just like you guys out there, and I'm just happy to be alive, man.
Definitely. I mean, like, work sometimes feel tiring, but I'm kind of glad that I do what I do, basically. Like, I have like kind of no complaints.
Out there saving the children, saving babies. You know what I'm saying?
Keeping the lights on.
Yeah, yeah, saving the cats out of the light poles and the trees. You know what I'm saying? Putting a smile on a little kid's face out there.
For sure, for sure, for sure.
But let's go ahead and get straight into it, man. I know this is episode 0. Y'all don't know what we about. Basically, we're just gonna be talking about any and everything. We just gonna be going with the
You name
flow.
it.
This is gonna be a live podcast. It's just that for episode 0, um, we're just gonna do it pre-recorded. See how that goes. So make sure you leave comments in the comment section down below to let us know what
Yeah.
we can work on and improve on.
Please,
Uh, but for right now, we're just gonna get straight into it, man.
let's dive
So
in.
let's go ahead and start talking about the one man, the one and only
Who?
Drizzy Drake, man, and the Her
Oh,
Loss album with 21 Savage. I gotta admit, this is the certified hood classic right here, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. This
you
was
get the hood stamp of approval.
hood stamp of approval right here, man. I approve. I approve. I approve. I'm not gonna lie. I did not know what to expect. A lot of people didn't like his last album. Honestly, never mind. But I was
I
fucking
didn't
with
like
it.
that album.
I was fucking with
Okay.
it.
I'm glad you was rocking with it. I was not. I was glad he did this. It feel like he redeemed himself from the last album that he dropped. So, do you have a
Yeah.
favorite song on that?
Oh, honestly, never mind. Or
No,
this one.
not honestly. I don't even want to talk about honestly. Never mind. Let's stick to
Oh,
her
you
loss.
tripping,
What
bro?
is your favorite song from her loss?
Favorite song. Dang, you gotta have me pull up the track list, man. Cause I
I
really
can tell you my favorite right now.
go ahead.
Privileged rappers. Privileged rappers is probably my favorite. If not that, major distribution.
Major Distribution is in my
Hmm.
top 5 for sure. Top 5.
Okay. Okay.
I'm more of the chill, laid back type of guy. So I gotta throw Middle of the Ocean, top 3.
Okay.
Um, Spin About You,
Something about you is good too.
and it's really a tie for the number 1 spot between. It's just nothing but bangers on here. I ain't gonna hold you.
Okay, if
Actually,
you had to hear
number
one in
one,
concert, go
number
ahead.
one is Broke Boys.
Broke Boys. I
Yeah,
can't mess with Broke Boys. All right.
I
Definitely,
like the beat
definitely.
switches on pretty
Hmm.
much every song had a beat switch of some sort for the most part, except for like maybe 3 or 4 songs. But I think that was smart by Drake because a lot of people been dropping like those like 2 minute, like 1 minute 30 second songs nowadays. That microwave music, and basically
Hmm.
he just took 2 fire songs and just smashed them together and just made it one long song. Because if you look at the time lengths on some of them songs are 5-6 minutes long of just beat switches. So like I was like, okay, he's using his brain. I
Mm,
think we're about to go back to that 5-6 minute track length because of this album right here. Watch.
I would like to see that.
People gonna be smashing the tracks together pretty soon. I think he definitely did something with this album. What's your first thoughts? Like if you had to rate it 1 out of 10.
If I were to rate it 1 out of 10, I would probably say like 8.5. I'm very
8.5?
I'm I'm very picky with my music, so 8.5 is definitely a great rating. That it says a lot. Um, I'm really glad that he did this because we've heard some of the synergy that he has with 21 Savage when you had Knife Talk, and then he had dropped another song.
Jimmy Cooks?
Jimmy Cooks as well. Yeah, those two songs I feel like were really good. And when I heard Knife Talk, I wanted to hear more. Then you hear
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Cooks, you're like, okay, yeah, it's not a one off thing. Like this is something that can be replicated. There's something there, and Drake did an excellent job at capitalizing. Both of them, 21 Savage and Drake, did a good job getting together, and they made something that will definitely go down in the books for sure.
Oh yes, for sure. Well, I know y'all don't know me like that, but everything that Drake puts out is either a 9 or 10. I'm sorry, I can't go any lower. That's just how it goes. If it has Drake stamped on the name, he could be saying doo wop, shoo wop, boo wop. I don't care what he's saying. All right, it's a 9 or 10. All right, and this specific album is a 10. Okay, it's a
Okay,
pure 10 out of 10. I didn't skip one track. I didn't fast forward through it. I already know the lyrics to like 5 songs already.
I
So
do too.
it's already locked in. It's already locked in. Also, let's talk about that Megan diss real quick. Let's go ahead and get a little
The
touch on
infamous
that.
Megan diss. I ended up telling a bunch of people at my job. I'm so glad that you told me what you had told me about it because I ended up going to work the very next day and I was like, oh, but did you know? Like, did you
Mhm.
know? So go ahead, break off the information for the people that may or may not know.
Well, it is a double entendre. All right. I honestly, when I first heard it, I did not think he was talking about Megan Thee Stallion whatsoever until I got onto Twitter.
I wasn't
Twitter,
sure.
Twitter was putting it in my head that it's about Megan. It's about Megan. I wasn't
Hmm.
thinking that because the way that the bars was broken down, he was talking about some girls he was flying out, and supposedly one of the girls had a fake ass shots. All right, and but she still looked like a stallion. So I immediately took it because I'm from Houston, Texas. We use the word stallion sometimes, at least in my family, like on the north side of Houston. We use the word stallion. So I never even correlated the two until I got on Twitter and saw that they were like, "Oh, Megan, Megan, Megan." First of all, I just want to go ahead and put this out there. I am not a Megan fan whatsoever. All right,
You don't like her. She come from the H2, the same place as you, dog.
I am not a hottie. Not
You're not a hot girl.
no. I despise Hot Girl Summer with a passion.
Oh.
Okay. Um. So am I a Megan hater? Yes, and she deserved that bar. Simple, simple. I gotta say it. I am a Megan hater.
This is the first time hearing about this. I did not know that. I've never really cared for Megan Thee Stallion like that. I just love to see my people win. So whenever she do good, I'd be like, yeah, you go. But then you get caught up in controversies and it doesn't look good. Then you're like, ah, make it hard to support, basically. But I
I
kind of
feel.
wish that was a diss. I feel like if Drake actually did diss her, it probably would have brought more attention to that situation, which I
Hmm.
don't know. It could be good or bad, but it would have just been interesting to hear someone else's take. Like, how do other celebrities feel about it? Do we know anything about what people have anybody commented on it?
Yeah.
Has
When they posted it all on the like blogs and stuff, like the Shade
mm,
Room and academics and all those people,
no
you
academics?
see you see people in the comment section, like the blue checks, saying that it's kind of 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Definitely the people that didn't really say anything that usually comment were clearly probably on Drake's side. Um, and the people that did comment were clearly on Megan's side. Like it wasn't even really a discussion. It was mostly like Drake's wrong for that. You know, you should stand for your black women, black queens, all that jibber jabber and stuff
Hmm.
like that. And I mean, honestly, I kind of seen it coming. I didn't expect it in a bar, but I mean, it was obvious when that whole beef was going on 3 years ago. Drake unfollowed her, and that kind of
I didn't know that.
yeah, Drake and Beyonce unfollowed Megan, so they know something that we don't know.
Not the queen bee.
Yeah, the Queen Bee done got up out of there.
That's how you know it's bad, though.
Yeah, so what they know that we don't know is the real question.
I would like to know because I know they know something.
Exactly, especially for Drake to just straight up just give her a bar, and it's crazy. In Megan's response, she was talking about how Drake was chasing clout, which did not make any sense to me, because he's the most clouded nigga of all
Without a
time.
doubt, yeah. Hmm.
So like he doesn't need the fact that he put your name in the bar kind of made you relevant at that point, because I don't remember the
Honestly,
last Megan song that dropped.
you know what? My mom didn't even know anything about the whole Megan controversy until Drake had dropped the bar about it. So that's how you know. That's how
Exactly.
you know.
So if
Can't call that
anything,
cloud chasing.
if anything, it's one of those moments where it's like bad press is good press type stuff. So
Hmm.
he actually kind of helped her out a little bit.
Even though he didn't even quote her in the song, actually, they kind of everybody the masses took their own opinion and tried to run with it.
Exactly. Exactly. But I mean, hey, I can understand, like, because when people diss some of my favorite rappers or something like that, and I catch it, I'm like, think you slick. But I'm waiting for. The thing about it is, I want to see what the response is. You know what I'm saying? Because Nicki been trashing Megan and all them female rappers for a hot little minute over the past couple months, and I ain't hear no nothing out of Meg. But all of a sudden, because Drake said it, she had to hop on and say something, which is crazy to me. But
Mm.
you know, I stand for the black people though. I stand for them. All right, it's just that I can't do liars, man. I don't know, man. I
That's a
just
bad trait to have, dog. You don't want to be known as a liar.
exactly, and especially if you know. I'm not gonna go through with this pod, but if you know, you know. All right. So what you think? What you think about the whole? Do you think Drake was justified in dropping that bar, or you just think it was just like unnecessary?
The bar wasn't about her though, was it?
It wasn't,
Hmm.
but it's the fact that
He didn't address it.
he didn't address it, and the two main parts of it, everybody thinks that it's about Megan, and and even though we don't know for sure, let's just say that it is about her. Do you think that he was right in dropping the bar?
Um, as far as right or wrong, I think he didn't really. It was like a light joke. Like, it wasn't nothing that really dug in deep, and he didn't really try to expose nothing of it. So I mean, it's whatever. It's music though. So like, you want to take a bar in a song like to like heart, then do what you got to do. But I don't think so. I think he all right. People have said worse in other songs. I feel like he could have said worse about it, and he didn't. And we don't even know if it's actually about her. So it is what it is.
All right, man. Let's talk about his twin. All right, his twin, Kanye West, man, and
His twin
Kyrie
is.
and Kyrie Irving, man. Let's talk about those infamous guys right there. Do you know everything that's going on with the Kanye situation?
I mean, I've heard that he's basically doing the black community or yeah, an injustice because he wore his White Lives Matter shirt at the what is it, the Yeezy fashion show.
Mm-hmm.
He did that, and then he was also going online. saying a bunch of anti-Semitic things,
Mm.
even insulted George Floyd's family or something like that, saying that Black Lives Matter was a scam. He's been on a tear to say the least. And he even lost his billionaire status.
Yes. Um, he actually did apologize to
Okay.
the black community for the White Lives Matter shirts, and he did apologize for the George Floyd, um, saying that George Floyd was a scam. But the Black Lives Matter movement, he wasn't talking about that. He was talking about the Black Lives Matter, the people behind the company in the name. You know what they've been doing, right?
I heard that they've been stealing money from the company and stuff like that.
Well, they weren't stealing; they were just using the money.
Oh,
And the way that they were using it was the founder, she was taking all the money, the millions that they raised, and buying homes with it and giving it to her family members. That's what she was doing.
whoa!
Like
I did not know that.
right now she's living in like a $6 million mansion in LA using the Black Lives Matter funds.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So Ye was kind of right on that part. Also, um, right now he's trying to bring awareness to um, the Jewish about the Jewish community and how they are pretty much over all of the top businesses that we know and love. He actually has a chart that he was showing on his phone. We could probably react to it another time. Uh, where he's showing all the top 500 companies in America, and he has them color coordinated. He has the Jewish um, CEOs' names in red, and he has the other um, other people in green, their names in green. Now, if you look at that chart, literally that almost the entire chart is red. Like it's like bleeding red. Um, and it's kind of interesting because you're it's kind of anti-Semitic. If you look at the definition of anti-Semitic, it's like basically like saying like I don't want to get it wrong because I'm not trying to be a part of that anti-Semitic stuff. So let me get the definition real quick. Semitic. It's to be hostile or prejudiced against the Jewish people. Okay. Um, there's more that goes into anti-Semitism, but that's basically the gist of it. Just being hostile or prejudiced, and that's why they dropped Kanye from all those companies. His from Adidas, from Chase Bank, all those places, is because uh, he was being anti-Semitic, which then leads us on to Kyrie Irving. You know about Kyrie Irving?
No, I don't know about Kyrie Irving. I haven't heard anything about it. I know they talked about it on the podcast that I listened to earlier, but
Mm.
I don't know the story.
Okay, so the reason I grouped these two together is because they're both facing the same heat right now. Um, a lot of people in the black community are like kind of standing behind them right now,
Mm.
uh, and other communities, but mostly the black community is standing behind them right now because Kyrie Irving actually got suspended from the NBA due to a post that he made. He took a screenshot of a anti-Semitic movie and put it on his Instagram. The movie is called the movie's about how black people were the original Jewish people, basically, and how we're far removed from our original I guess, religion.
Hmm.
That's what it's about. But in the movie, it has some anti-Semitic quotes inside of it talking about how Hitler didn't do anything wrong, basically, and how the Holocaust wasn't real. Those are like the two major points in the movie. Um, Even though Kyrie Irving, he apologized saying that he doesn't agree with everything in the movie, but the majority of it, like the main message, is what he was trying to get across. But
What
of
movie is it?
course, hmm?
What movie is it?
um, I have to. I believe it's called. Don't quote me, but I believe it's called Hebrew. It's called Hebrew. It's on Amazon, which is crazy. I'm about to pull it up right now. It's called Hebrew to Negroes. Wake Up Black America.
Really?
Yeah. It's a 2018 film. It's on the Amazon platform. And basically, they were trying to get him to apologize for posting that image on his Instagram, and he was apologizing, but not in the way that they wanted him to.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, they suspended him. Um, so now, basically, you have the whole community, the black community, is saying like he apologized, he said sorry, like he should be playing. Like he's not the one that made the movie. He's not the one hosting it on the platform. He's not the one that has anything on the movie like itself. Like all he did was just post the image. You know what I'm saying? And then they ended up uh, suspending him for 5 games, but that's the minimum suspension. So they can do it indefinitely if they wanted to.
Hmm.
So basically, for him to come back to the NBA, he has to do a list of things. Like he has to donate money, he has to meet with Jewish leaders and apologize to them, and all type of stuff.
Just because he posted that movie?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know.
isn't that
That's
crazy?
that's really bizarre.
So it kind of got people thinking like maybe what Kanye is talking about might be right. They might have a grip on a lot of things.
Well, Jay-Z put a you saying wait, who has a grip on it before I make my statement?
The Jewish people.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I just make sure I was on the same page. Jay-Z had a bar about that, I feel like, in the story of OJ. He
Yep.
was like, Jewish people owning something, how did they do it? Credit.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's bits and pieces here and there. Maybe there is something to it. Uh I think also though, I wouldn't go based off of the reaction that it got, because
Mm-hmm.
whenever you're a celebrity like that and you're generating income from somebody else, how you present yourself matters a lot. So it could have
Facts.
been he would get them in trouble, and they're trying to do this whole Black Lives Matter thing, or they're trying to show that they're trying to bring a lot of politics into sport. And a lot of people feel like it
Facts.
shouldn't be done. A lot of people feel like politics should not be in sports.
Facts.
So the fact that he did that probably caused more trouble than he originally thought. So I think you have to be careful about that too.
And that was a big talking point uh, throughout social media is that the the media has like a large part of the NBA nowadays and sports just in general. Like the media is starting to kind of consume sports to almost to a point where games can be decided based off the media. you know? And you can see it right now. Like Kyrie Irving's out. Like the Nets are not doing good at all right now. And the fact that they basically just made the team even worse now, it's like, who knows? Who knows what's next?
That's powerful.
Facts. Facts. All right, man. We got some of the serious stuff up out the way. And I
Okay.
want to know, all right,
Talk to me. Talk to me.
do you plan on having kids in the future, man?
I would like to. I would like to have kids.
A
In
little
the
less
far
junior?
future, the far. You mean the fourth? I'm the third. So, if I had another one, he would be the fourth.
Okay, so the fourth just running around bumping his head on the corner of the
Struggling to
wall.
keep his head on his shoulders. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Running
yeah,
around
just
like,
bobbling. Yeah.
maybe. I don't know. Like I said though, in the far future,
Far,
far
far
far future.
future. Dang.
I can't see it no time soon if I'm being honest.
Dang. What if the thotties come over and she's like, hey,
Whoa! I'm not
she,
having a kid with no
she's like,
toddy.
she's like, hey, can we not do those rubbers tonight, please? And you kind of lit, you kind of tipsy, you like, I can't say no.
No, I'm gonna say no. It's gonna be no, ma'am, no sirree.
Dang, you gonna turn down a 10 out of 10?
I'm not gonna lie though. If I were to have a kid soon, it would. I think the story would go a little bit like that. It probably would
Okay,
have been
look,
just one night.
check me out, check me out. So you telling me Rihanna, you had a party with Rihanna, right? Y'all both
Uh-huh.
lit, chopping it up. She's like, hey, just come to the back room. Nobody gotta know. And then she's like, no condom. She wants you to hit it raw. Rawski, dog. Are you doing it?
This is about having babies, or this is about smashing on Rihanna?
Answer the question.
Is she
I
still
will.
with ASAP? I
I
gotta know.
Yes. This everything is
Whoa,
current. Everything is current
nah,
to date.
nah. I'm not. Are you?
Dang.
Are you?
I'm not I'm not. Rihanna's not in my top 10.
She's not in my top 10 either.
Oh, okay. Wait, who's number one on your list? Come on, that should be instant. Come on, man.
Honestly, I don't know.
You don't have one celebrity crush that just be like, damn, if I had the chance.
I can't think of one. Because you know how you think of
There
one
ain't no way.
person and then you be like, all right, that person is bad. Then you think of another person, you're like, oh, but her too. So you're like, it's like, which one should
Just
I
pick
pick?
one.
Fucking
L.
L.
L. What the hell? All right.
Who's yours? You know what? I bet if you say yours, I'll be able to think of mine, I promise.
Oh, mine is simple. Georgia Smith.
Georgia Smith,
It's not even a question.
Tim's. Tim's is mine.
Okay, Tim's. Boom. All right,
Hmm.
Tim's. She's over there
Oh my god, we're
singing,
back to this again. Yeah.
and she like, hey,
Uh-huh.
come to the back real quick. Come handle
Hmm.
these big hips, these big African hips.
Go ahead.
Are you grabbing on that thing? No condom.
I'm in there.
Okay, okay.
I'm in there. I'm like that.
All
Yeah,
right, all right, all
for
right.
sure.
Now we can get to part two. All right, part two of the question, man.
Oh, there's
Boom.
another part. Okay.
9 months later, she pops out a kid. Boop. You see it on social media everywhere. Bing, bing, bing. It's popping. Your feed going crazy. You like, hold on. I was just in them Tim guts. Pause. Hold on. Tim is a man's name, bro. But you was like, I was in them guts 9 months ago. Right?
Hmm.
And she calls you up. She's like, the kid is yours. Boom. What's the next move, man?
Become a father. What other move do I have? Honestly,
Oh, so you moving in with Tim's? She gonna take care of you?
moving in with Tim's moving in with me. What you talking about? I'm not moving in with Tim's.
She moving in with you?
With me. Yeah, you heard me. With me.
Damn, damn. You got enough room in there, player?
Oh, this is temporary. By the 9 months later,
Oh,
it's up. It's up after this.
oh, okay,
This
okay,
ain't even. I
okay.
ain't even gonna be here in like 3 weeks.
Oh,
So
you gonna take some money out her purse when she not looking? You ain't- yeah. Let me get that.
not stealing.
All right. So
Nah, but
what's
go ahead.
what's one thing that your son would do for you to disown him? Would you ever
Uh,
disown your son if he did anything? Like you found out that he could put both legs behind his head and do
but what? Hey,
and
you
do
good?
and do a little and he does little dances on TikTok.
So like, my coworker come up to me. He go
he
like, "Hey,
he put
what's
his
your son name?" And I'm be like,
exactly.
"Les." And they go, "Oh, is this him?" And then I see him legs behind his head
And he's doing
doing
this.
dances on TikTok.
Yeah.
I would
He
be
going
highly pissed. I'd be highly pissed, but I don't think I would disown him.
he's going
He
viral.
he's going viral. That means he making money, right?
No.
Oh God,
You
he's
don't
not
make
making
no
money, but
you
he's
don't
looking
make
like
no
a fool
money
out
on
here.
TikTok.
Nah, nah, I wouldn't disown him. It probably have to be something like he started pouring his milk before his cereal or something like that,
Mm,
or
I can
like
see that.
he eats pineapples on his pizza
Mm, for sure. I would have to kill my son.
in his
But
life.
yeah, what the
One less
fuck?
pineapple pizza eater out of this world.
Like, gone.
Log him off right then and there.
Man, I can't believe they actually do that. That is a disgrace to pineapple and pizza.
I don't see how they live with themselves, honestly.
Now, what about your daughter? If you had a daughter, like you found her backstage at Chris Brown concert, no, a Trey Songz concert.
That's not good.
That's not good
But
at all.
disown her though.
She belongs to the streets. At that point,
Hmm. That is pretty bad.
if my I'll tell you what would make me disown my daughter. If
Go
she
ahead.
was on OnlyFans, but not just on OnlyFans. She was a OnlyFans sensation, like 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 that bad baby girl who made like $1 million in a day.
Yeah.
She cannot be my daughter. I'm sorry. Hell no. Hell no.
That would
Could
be
you
pretty
could you
bad.
imagine your coworker coming up to you and be like, "Woo wee! You would never believe what I spent my $5.99 on, boy. This girl fire. This girl straight fire. He showing. Look at this. Look at that ass on that thing." And I look, and it's my daughter. I would be like, I'd be like, man, get that out of my face, man. You know I don't do porn, man. I don't care about that. Who is that? Oh, I don't know who that is. You know, that's Keke Palmer at that point.
Wait, what's wrong with Kiki Palmer?
Oh, he missed a joke. It's all right. It's dead now.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, will anything make you disown your daughter?
I thought for a second Kiki Palmer was the only fan sensation. I was gonna say, let me find out. Let me
No.
find out.
Nobody wants to
Kiki
see
Palmer
Keke
out.
Palmer, bro.
That's what
Hell
I'm like,
no.
wait.
I know there was some like she was going viral for a second when that movie came out. The one that Key made, or is it Pill?
Jordan Peele.
Jordan Pill.
You talking about Nope?
Yeah, no.
Nope.
Yeah, when that dropped, that's when she was going viral on Twitter and Instagram.
Mm.
So nothing.
I mean, that's hard. I
So
feel like I'm a very forgiving person.
okay,
Like there's some stuff you could do as long as you don't do it to me. Then it'd probably be a lot easier for me to forgive you. If she turned out to be an OnlyFans sensation, I probably wouldn't speak to her for like an unannounced period of time. But it could range from like the minimum 6 months to like the maximum 2-3 years.
okay. Imagine you bought some brand new silk sheets. All right, you and your wife go on vacation for
Mm,
about a week, 2 weeks. You
okay.
come back home to noises, and you open
Hmm.
up your bedroom door, and your baby girl is getting piped by two grown men.
Oh, there's two guys there.
Two grown, burlesque ass men.
Uh,
There's discharge and all type of shit all over you, all on your sheets, your brand new silk sheets. Okay? That ain't coming out. You wouldn't disown your daughter. I'm sorry, I'm disowning my daughter for that one.
how old is she?
She 19. And there's a white dude in the corner with a camera. There's a white dude in the corner with a camera. There you go.
In my bed. So there's all these rooms in the house. I don't know. I think I might disown her after that.
You have the master. And you got brand new silk sheets.
Yeah, it's one thing to have the house to yourself and you choose my room, but then it's another thing. I think the principle of it all would mostly piss me off the most. Like it ain't even
Mm.
like why you gotta do it in my bed? That's what I be talking about. Why you gotta do that to me? Like all the stuff you could do, you could be a you gonna do that in my bed? I'd be one of those dudes.
Mm.
The audacity.
But now every time your wife goes to wash the sheets, and it's that one big ass.
Whoa, we're not keeping them sheets. You must be out your mind. Them things is getting burnt that same night. In fact, I'm throwing the whole mattress out the room and I'm sleeping on the couch. Or my guest bedroom bed.
I was about to
I'm
say
not
there'd be one big ass stain there.
actually I'm out the house, man. I can't even walk into my room no more without reliving that nightmare.
Oh my god, man,
I'm
that's
going
funny.
sleep a hotel that night. I'm like, you know what, babe? Let's go get a hotel. I'm like, we gotta start looking for houses online.
Mm-mm. It's haunted at that point.
It's gonna go on the market that same day.
Damn, when they do the walkthrough of your home, they're gonna be like, this is a nice master.
I'm not.
you,
I'm not going back.
you gonna
I'm not
have
setting foot
you gonna have
back into that
PTSD.
house.
You gonna be like, don't let me in here. No, no. Oh, that's funny.
No, definitely not.
Okay.
That's
Anything you
why I'm
want to
waiting
talk
to have
about?
kids, bro. Uh, anything that I want to talk about?
Yeah.
All right, so I have. I was talking to my coworkers earlier this week. They were telling me about how they had got some service that they thought was just absolutely bad, and they said they left a bad tip too. And I was like, okay, what kind of tip did you leave? One dude said he left 1 cent, and the other dude said he left 30 cents. And I was like, Jesus, that must be. It must have been really bad service for them to leave that bad a tip.
At that
And
point,
I
I wouldn't
thought
even leave one.
that's what I'm saying. Like, why even go through the trouble of leaving any money at all? But I think one dude said that they get kind of reimbursed if they don't. if they don't get no tip at all, like they get more money back if they have no tip at all. So if they do get a tip but it's really low, it hurts them more. And I'm like, I work with some diabolical, some diabolical people, man. Like these people are evil. I didn't even know I served, and I didn't even know that. So I'm like, God, dog. But yeah, I've had service like that. Have you ever had service where you're like, I'm not tipping this person. This person was absolute garbage.
um, I've had I've had bad service once or twice, but I think even then I still left a tip. I just left the lowest percentage.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time when I wasn't tipping, and that was mostly because in other countries you don't have to tip. Like tipping is like if you go above and beyond, it's not mandatory. Like it is here almost. Like I think nowadays like there's been a lot of places where I go where they don't even have a receipt, like paper receipt. They do everything through like a little tablet or some type of device.
Yeah.
And literally it's like they're forcing you to tip. Like you put your card in to the little reader and then they're holding it and then the reader goes straight, it says processing, and then it goes straight to the 25, 20, 15. I think at one place that I went to last time, it said 20, 22, 25%.
I've been a-
And I was looking at it and they're holding it like right here, right in front of you, and they looking at you with them eyes. They're like, yeah, nigga, what you gonna
Which one you
press?
gonna hit? Yeah,
Which
which
one
one
you
you
gonna
gonna
hit? It says
huh?
custom tip right there.
Huh?
But you know if you hit custom tip and you go and you start pressing buttons, they gonna be looking at you like this mother, like you know what I'm saying?
That
Because
don't bother me.
it should
I
be as
I
simple as press the button,
you're
sign your
welcome.
name, get up out my section. But like I don't know, like they've been doing that lately, so I mean I always leave a tip, especially since now it's like they're forcing you at this point. So
Hmm. Well, you just feel really judged if you don't.
exactly. Especially because like most of the time when I go out to eat at places like that, I'm with somebody. So now they're holding this thing right here, and then the girl next to me is looking over like, what you gonna press? And I'm sitting there like, I used to have the privacy of my own, little divider where I could just hide the receipt and I could put whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
could put like, that's about 10% right there, man.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Close that thing up. You know what I'm saying? But that's
Have a
not
good
how it
day, my
go.
boy.
That's not how it go no more. They on your ass. So
They are indeed. But I have no problem hitting that. Other than I took a little five. I don't spend that much whenever I go out to eat though. So like five is usually I spend like 20 about $20. Maybe less, most of the time less than that. So I feel like five is fine. Is there anything that a server would have to do for you to be like, okay, I'm not leaving a tip?
um nah. I don't think there's anything that they could do except for be like extremely rude, but even if they're extremely rude, I literally just get up and leave.
Mm,
Um,
mm. I'm
that's
not even spending any of my money here. Yeah.
exactly like I could tell pretty much off the rip. I went to brunch with this one girl like a few months ago, and we sat down at this place, and it took them like 10 minutes and I had a reservation, and it took them like 10 minutes for them to even come to our table, which so it was like all right, let's just get some mimosas to start us off, and we're still looking at the menu anyway, and we're like, hey, can we get mimosas? Blah blah blah. He's like cutting us off, like we can't even say anything. Like he's like super rude. He's like, oh, I'll be right back. Like he stopped us from ordering. And he said, oh, I'll be right back, and then like left. And then as soon as he turned around and left, I was like, come on, let's go. We out of here. Went down the street to another place. It was better anyway. This other place
Mm,
was like 10 times better, and yeah, I ended up saving my money on that one. So for sure,
that's probably for the best. I think that's probably the best route. Is just not spending any of your money instead of like not tipping.
exactly. But
I
yeah.
don't think I've ever not tipped, but I have left like Not like I've never left any of those 30 cent tips. I've never done that.
Yeah. In America, I always tip on pretty much everything.
Mm.
When I used to go to the nail shop, I would tip there. If I
I
went
tipped it
to,
too.
um, it don't matter really wherever I go. If there's an option to tip, I probably
I just
tip.
do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
just tip them. Well, I also had another part of me is like because I used to do it too. I know how much it goes, so I always try to help somebody out. Unless it just looks like they just not trying to help themselves. What I really do is I tip bare minimum, saying like 20%
Mm.
or maybe like 15% to people that do okay or just like average or there's like they don't do much of a good job, and then people that do surprisingly well or like super well or they're at least just friendly and they kind of ask me how my day was, then I'll give them more money than I would just the average person. Just to let them know, hey, I appreciate what you're doing. You don't have to do this job, but you do it. You take it seriously, and I respect that.
Actually, now that I think about it, there is a time when I don't tip as often as I should.
What was that?
Uber Eats, DoorDash, that shit,
I
hell
forgot about that.
no.
I forgot about that.
Hell no. Like they already jipping you with $10 delivery fees and
Delivery
like
service taxes. They be like, yeah, this is cool. $8 for the service tax. Like, dang.
I'm saying, and I'll be looking like, I'll be like, all right, my order $9, $10, okay, cool. And then you hit checkout, and when you hit checkout, that $9, $10 order turned into 25, 26. It's like, whoa, hold on. Where my
You have to
keys
hit
at?
that. You have to hit that cart. You be like, did I add something that I didn't know? Like, let me double check.
Facts, man.
No, there's been a couple times though where I was like, man, I'm gonna go get something to eat, bro. I ain't about
Exactly.
to sit
I
there.
will get up so fast, bro.
Yeah.
I've tried it. There's nothing you can get on the menu for under you minimum is $20. If you order from Uber Eats, DoorDash, Postmates, any of that, $20 minimum. And
Yeah, the
that's
only time I buy now is if they have like the buy one get one free deal. You just get like you feel like you get your money's worth with it, and you tip them, and you're not spending too much.
yep. I just wait until what I used to do. Quick tip right here, man. Go to the App
Mm-hmm.
Store, download a second phone number. Download a second phone number, and then every time you can refer yourself to get free money, or you can utilize the free codes by making a new Uber Eats account. So
Hmm.
they'll give you like $20 free off the top.
Uber Eats hack. Okay, I
Yeah,
see.
yeah. You could do that, but
What was the app again?
just a second phone number. Just
Just to
just
say
go
anyone.
yeah, just go on the App Store and just type in second phone number. There's a bunch of apps that do it for free.
I have one. I think it's called Burner. That's what I used to sign up for, like stuff that I know is going to sell my information and try to text me and stuff like that.
Hmm.
That's what I use. I have to pay like a subscription price, but it's not. It's worth it to me.
Well, over the past couple days, RIP to our man Takeoff, man. Migo,
Dude,
Migo,
man, rest in
man.
peace.
And he died in the home city, Houston, Texas, man.
Not a good look.
Not a good look for the city.
Not a good look at all, bro.
Um,
People are gonna definitely say that next time they try to trash talk Houston, especially people in Dallas.
of course, of course, anything they can put Houston down for because we already was winning way too much. We was winning way too much. Like we had
Hmm.
Beyonce,
Hmm.
we got Travis Scott. Like
Hmm.
come on, like we got NASA, man. NASA, come on.
Astros,
Astros World Series, come on, man. Stop playing.
W's all around.
Dubs, straight dubs,
Drake
man.
was showing us love, man.
Mad love. That's the second home right here.
Yeah,
So
basically.
I mean,
As much as he talk about it, I ain't never seen him. I need to change that.
yeah, he's going
But
on
go
tour.
ahead.
So
Ooh, for her loss?
yeah, with 21. Yeah, Tickets gonna be 1.5 million. So
1.5 million. So
for
yeah,
the
I'm
for the
basically gonna
nosebleeds, like way in the back, like at the top, you're gonna be like,
say goodbye to this little kidney. You
you're
know
gonna
what I'm
be at the
saying?
top.
Goodbye to my
You're
leg.
gonna be on top of the arena. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's my soul right there. That's it right there.
Got my binoculars. Like, oh, I can see him.
Yep.
And then I have to spend money on merch too. Oh, I got to cop a hoodie,
Yeah.
a
So
shirt, something.
I'm already putting in these overtime hours to save up for this ticket that's coming up. But back on point, back on topic, man.
Oh yeah, Takeoff.
Takeoff, man. Takeoff. He's so low key. It just didn't make any sense for him to be the one to go. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, that's what surprised me about it. When they said someone had gotten injured from the Migos, I was thinking honestly like Quavo or Offset, one of them two. They just seem like
I was thinking
I feel like
Offset,
you were thinking
100%.
Offset. I was honestly thinking Offset more than Quavo, but I wasn't gonna try to sleep on Quavo because I know Quavo seemed like it's capable. Not wishing anything negative on them, of course, but
Hmm.
still, I just I, it that caught me by surprise.
I'm not gonna lie, it was a hit. All right, it was a hit, most definitely. Because
Without a doubt.
do you know about the how it happened, like who did it and all that stuff?
How Quavo was shooting dice, he was losing, he was with J Prince Mafia, and I think someone like looked like they're about to make a move, so one of their people on the Migos side reacted, started shooting off, and then he accidentally shot Takeoff, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it was a friendly fire, but supposedly, uh, Quavo was trying to diffuse the situation. All right, supposedly they were playing dice before they got to that area that they were in,
Hmm.
and it was an argument um, between two factions, even though they were technically on the same team. It wasn't like two separate gangs or something like that. It was just two separate entities of the same group of people that got into an argument, which to me made sense of why I think it was a hit, because the only people that had guns supposedly was Jay Prince's crew. They patted everybody down, so nobody had weapons except for Jay Prince's crew. Yeah,
Hmm.
which makes you think like, why would they shoot if nobody had guns, right?
Yeah, I hadn't heard that.
Yeah. So the only people that had guns was Jay Prince's crew, and somehow they decided, you know what? Let's just shoot it up. And then it just happened to be two. It I believe Takeoff was shot 3 times, and it was twice in the head.
Really?
So yeah, they said like the first shot was straight to the head, and he hit the ground. And as he was falling, he got shot. He got shot 2 more times or something like that.
That's great. That's sad, man.
Hmm. And
That's terrible.
it's kind of crazy because it's like the person that shot him too was Quavo's manager. The killing shot, the first shot. Exactly. Not adding up, right?
No, it's not making no type of sense.
So, well,
He was really young too. That's the other thing. Like, man was
yeah,
only what 28.
yeah. When I saw that 1992 to 2022, I was looking at that. I was like, dang, I did not know he was that young.
Me either. That's what made it worse though, because like he's only 4 years older than me.
Hmm. And that's just a long list of rappers that died in the past like few years. Like right before that, what was it, PNB?
PNB Rock. Yep. He
Man,
had died.
that's crazy. And so they just had his funeral today at the time of this recording. I will be looking at that later, seeing what happened with that.
I'll probably
Um,
check it out too.
but you got anything else on your plate before we wrap this up?
Mm,
Nothing. All right,
not
cool.
much.
I'm gonna wrap this up. I cannot do a podcast without talking about one of the things I know about like the back of my hand. All right, man, and that is dating, man. Dating and relationships. We gotta touch on it. We gotta touch on it. We can't be the only man podcast not to talk about some type of dating. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I mean, everybody's always searching for somebody, so it's gonna stay relevant.
Exactly. So I just want to preface this since this is going to be our last topic. If you have any thoughts, make sure to leave them down in the comment section down below. Tell us what you thinking, stuff like that, and join in on the conversation. And
Let us know what you got. Maybe you got some games we haven't heard about. Put us on. Spread
facts,
the spread the love. You know,
facts,
I'm trying to be
facts,
better than I was today.
facts. And be sure to follow us on our social media accounts. If you have any personal questions, I'm here to answer them. On my Instagram, just go and check the description down below for all of the socials and stuff like that. And to finish off with the last question, man, before we get out of here, we're going to talk about the impact of social media on dating. What impact do you think social media has had on your dating life? Like, how different do you think dating has become because of social media? All right.
I think it has had a huge impact, not only on how you interact with them, but how you kind of perceive people as well. Like, this one thing to go up and talk to a person, but it's another thing to see someone that you think is attractive and then think, oh, well, I don't need to speak to them because there's someone else out there for me. So I'll just talk to whoever, basically. Or there's no immediate, like, I guess, need or urge within you. And so I feel like that's made it shifty. Like, there's less committing.
Mm,
I think ultimately it has contributed to less committing. And I think it has pros and cons because it kind of teaches people to play the field, but that's a pro. But I would say the con is that people don't know how to look for something more long term,
mm.
and I think it even has me at a point to where I'm like I don't want anything long term, and it might just be because that's what's been echoed in like the places that I'm in, what's around me. Since I don't travel that much or as much as I like to.
I feel that. So it seems like you talking about that grass is greener on the other side type mindset where people, as soon as, and I've been seeing that a lot too, especially in my dating life, is like you could be doing everything right and they're looking for you to slip up that one time because as soon as you do, they already got another one ready at the ready.
In
They
the
already
chamber.
know who's next up in line, and I definitely see that in today's dating, and I think it is because of social media. Like, it's just too many options out here, which contributes to the debauchery that be going on around here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the nasty stuff that be going on around here. Like,
Nasty stuff been going on though. It ain't like people weren't nasty before the internet. People was nasty before the internet.
that's
That's
true,
just
but I'm saying
that's
I'm
human
saying
nature.
the level of nastiness that's going on.
Oh
Like,
yeah, some scumbag stuff.
it don't matter what party I go to, what I show up to, my homeboys. It seems like there's always people messing with other people who are in relationships, who are in. What I'm saying is like the amount of um like adultery that's going on has like increased tenfold. And I think it does have to do with social media because it's like you said, that grass is greener on the other side type deal where they're just like, even if I mess up with this person, instead of trying to fix it like our grandparents used to do, that's why I think that their relationships last so long, like 30, 40, 50 years, is because they were like, this is all I got. You know what I'm saying? Instead
Yeah.
of like, if they had social media back then, we might not even be here today. I ain't gonna hold you.
No, yeah, that's probably I never really thought about it like that actually.
Yeah. And
But that it's because people don't understand that whenever you're dealing with somebody, they're constantly in your space. You're getting to know them. They know more about you. They feel like they can be any kind of way around you. Is gonna kind of put a burden on it. Like it's work. It's work basically dealing with somebody else. And people don't want to do that. They're kind of like lazy. They hit one obstacle and they think give up. They don't think, oh, let's try to overcome this obstacle and see what else is past this one barrier. And that's honestly what makes for stronger relationships. I think if not saying that your relationship should be under a lot of turbulence and like painful, but whenever it goes through something that's kind of seeming like it's going to break it and it doesn't, that's what makes it much stronger. And then you know that it's something that can last. But people
facts.
are trying to let go.
At any moment.
Mhm.
And
Mhm. It doesn't take much.
one thing that I see a lot as well because of social media is the comparisons. Like
I hate that.
they try and compare their relationship to like couples on the internet. You know what I'm saying? And it's just not realistic. Like
At all. Not realistic in the slightest.
people don't understand that social media is the best moments. It's the best moments of every part of your life. Like nobody, there's not too many people. There are people, but there aren't too many people that just get on posting the worst parts of their life. Like nobody wants to do that. They want you to see them in the best lighting, with the best filters, in the best case scenario. That's just how it goes out, and I see that a lot as well, especially when I'm dating now. Uh, they try and like before we even get to the serious parts of dating, they already like, oh, I want that, like Jay Z Beyonce type deal. I'm like, last time I checked, uh Beyonce got cheated on by Jay Z. Like, so is that what you saying? Like you saying I'm free reigned out here? I can get on it. I'm nah, but yeah, for sure, for sure.
it I guess I want to say kind of what I like about social media and what I dislike about it. So
All right, tell me what you dislike. Dislike first.
what I dislike would be kind of some of the stuff that we went over before. People don't want to commit. It gives people a false sense of what a relationship actually is. Um, it kind of leads to. I feel like it kind of leads to unhealthy communication because people feel like they can really just talk to you any kind of way over the phone. If we're in face to face, I guarantee you 99.9% of people would not say some of the stuff that they say over a text in real
Facts.
person. Like they may say something similar, but they won't say exactly what they were saying. And I know for sure they will say something that's like completely outlandish. But I dislike that about it too. Uh And I just think that it's better to get a feel for somebody person to person. You can't make a real connection over a phone. You can, feel something, but nothing beats in face to face.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be like those would be my dislikes. What I like about it though is that you can keep in touch with people whom you haven't spoken to a while. Like it gives you that ability to find that somebody because you have so many options, you can make a selection. And it also kind of teaches you what my taste is. Like, you have a type. I think if you've dated maybe about a few or so people, you have a type by now. I know I have a type. I know you definitely have a type.
Hmm.
And the more you, once you understand that, it'll kind of give you direction on what you're looking for in a partner. But I guess that's like the super optimistic way about it, because I don't think people think about it like that. Do you?
What, having a type?
Yeah. Do you think like? Do you think that because of social media, you have gotten an understanding of what you like?
Um, Most definitely, no. I think I'm the opposite. I think it's the opposite for me. I think before I was really on social media like that, it was really a thing of um, like I had a type before social media. I had a type. Like I was like,
Mm,
this is the girl. This is the girl I'm looking for. This is the type of girl I like. But when I got onto social media like really heavy, and I started dating using Instagram and dating apps and stuff like that, it's when I really opened up uh, my demographic and type of women that I date. Like
mm,
at first, I was like, okay, I'm only dating black girls, or similar to me. But now I opened it up to dating black, Asian, Latina, all that stuff.
mm.
So I think it's opened it up just because the amount of options that it created for me, um, which is a pro and con. The amount of options is a pro and con, because it's a pro because it's like I don't have that scarcity mindset where I'm like, oh, I got that one itis where I'm like, this is the only girl I got. So I'm just trying to make her happy by any means possible so I don't lose her. But at the same time, it's kind of a con as well, because now that I don't have that one itis and I don't have that scarcity, it's like um, it creates less of an attachment to a lot of people. It's
Yeah.
more like she's replaceable at this point. I'm not even
Mm,
trying to work it out. It's like, all right, you messed up. What's Kelsey doing? Oh, Kelsey's not doing nothing. All right, what's Kylie doing? I don't know. So that's how I feel. Like the type thing, it's a 50-50 on that.
okay. Well, yeah, that kind of helps me build. Well, that contributes to kind of say why I like it. I do think it has done some good. I don't think it's the absolute worst thing. I just wish, I don't know. I wish there were better results for everybody, because some of the stuff that social media has also said about dating apps, if you look at some YouTube shows or some Reddit posts that I've read where they show the statistics for dudes and they show statistics for women, and it's one sided. The stats, they don't lie. It's one sided, and I'm not gonna get into the ifs and ands or why such and such is working for them, but we wouldn't be hit with this information, and I don't think that the dating platform would be this way without social media. Uh, so maybe that actually I'll put that in the con. I didn't even think about that, but I put that in the con.
My
It's not
thing
overall evil though.
my thing about the whole statistics and stuff like that is that when it comes down to statistics, I'm a like statistician by heart. Like
Hmm.
I love stats. I love seeing the data. I love seeing where it comes from. But
Show me the numbers
a lot of people on the internet only pull the stats that
that they
help their
want.
narrative. Like, and it makes sense. It makes sense because you're trying to win an argument or you're trying to win uh, the discussion. But at the same time, like, it's they act like a lot of people act like their stat is the lead stat. Like nothing else can counter it. Like
They
it's
like
been proven.
tunnel
It's
vision.
it's done. Like I'm like no, it's not done. Because like one stat that a lot of people bring up is like the divorce rate, right? The divorce rate is high, but at the same time, the numbers that they pull from the stats are skewed. Just give an example. Like they say, like it's 60%. Like it increased 100% since 1980 or something like that, right?
Mm.
Which it kind of makes sense over that period of time because um, they don't calculate things that change over time, like uh, the introduction to social media and all that stuff. They don't ever pull up stats like that. Like I think social media is the downfall to is going to be the downfall to relationships. Honestly,
You
um,
think so?
yeah, I think the negatives outweigh the positives by like tenfold. Like there are a lot of positives. Like it connects you with the world. Um, you can find your true love in Argentina somewhere, you know, just by scrolling and clicking through your explore page or whatever, or discover page, or scrolling on TikTok or something like that. And I've made a lot of friends when I was on TikTok. I made a lot of friends on there just by collabing with them online. Like I don't even know who this person is. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And that's cool and all, but I feel like the negatives outweigh it so much because the amount of options is like overloading everyone's brain. Like we've never had this much access before. Like in since the beginning of time. Like social media is still new. Like it's like not even more than 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? 15,
Mm.
20 years
Mm.
old. So the effects that it's having on relationships is crazy. Like
Well, maybe it's because we don't. Well, yeah, maybe it's because we don't know how to use it yet. Like because it's so new, maybe the human race kind of just needs some time to adapt to the style of it, and then once we get it understood, then we might be able to continue. I feel like that might be a possibility.
true, true. Well, before we wrap this up, I'm gonna leave you with one crazy headline article that I seen recently. Um, that kind of contributes to the relationship thing that we were just talking about. And that is by 2030,
8 years from now.
60, I believe, was it 60%? Don't quote me on it, but I believe what I'm saying is right. By 2030, 60% of all women in America will be single or childless by the age of 30.
60%?
60%. That is what
That
they're
can't be right.
that's what they're calculating.
That can't be right.
It makes sense though, which is why I brought up the social media thing. Isn't that
For
crazy?
them to be that's crazy, but I feel like for them to be single is because they want to be single. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why. It's not because like men are just
or
well,
I was thinking like relationships are in such disarray, like people just aren't doing relationships that's why they would be single. Like they would be choosing not to engage in a relationship.
yeah. Well, that is part of the reason
Mm.
because what you have right now is you have a bunch of men who can't get into relationships because the at the same time they're basically fighting each other. So you got a bunch of men that can't get into relationships, right? And that's like a good, I would say a good 70% of men are struggling dating, while the people at the top, the pinnacle, like all the rich guys or all the guys who have the super genetics, who are like 6'4", super, I don't know, they got all the super genetics, whatever, the Tyrones and stuff like that. All those guys are feasting on all the women right now, right?
Mm.
And then at the same time, the women, there there's two types pretty much. It's either the women that are focused on their career, they're putting off everything until they finish medical school, law school, all that stuff. They're like 34, 35 before they're thinking about getting a relationship, right? So your career driven focused women, and then the other side are the women that won't settle. So basically, they want above average or better, which is already like a small demographic of guys, which is the guys that is fucking all the girls, basically,
Okay.
which makes sense. I'm in that demographic up there at the top, just by the way. Just saying.
Fucking it up for everybody. I see.
Hey, I don't make the rules. Don't hate the player. Hate the game. All right?
Well, pray for him. Maybe next time we do a podcast, something will drastically change and the stats will shift in everybody's favor.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. This is a good episode 0 to start it off with. We kind of touched on everything, and there's plenty more to come for sure. You know, I'm pretty sure in the next year when we come back and we hit, 1 million subscribers,
We're gonna
we'll,
react to this video.
we'll react to this video and we'll be like, man, we sucked. All right, we're trash. We wasn't potting. We wasn't potting for real back
I
then.
don't know what I'd even call that.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want to join that community and be a part of the very beginning stages of a great podcast that's going to evolve into something grand, all right? Something spectacular. Well, it's already like that, but even better. Okay?
Better than you could imagine.
Even better than that. All right? Better than your imagination.
Better than that. God,
Right.
dog.
Yeah.
I want to see that. Show me that.
Yeah. So next time you see us, I believe the Wakanda Forever movie is coming out. I will be going to see that, so you will be hearing a review on that.
Okay.
And a bunch of other news. There's some more albums dropping Friday, of course. So we got plenty more to come. Anything you want to sign us off with before we get up out of here?
Nah, man. I'm just ready for the next one. Love y'all.
All right, love y'all. Peace. Yeah.